us down since we both record this. 3, 2, 1. Let's hit start. All right. Ugh. So get comfortable, whatever that means for you. Sit up nice and tall, but not stiff. Relax your body and close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Gaze softly in front of you at the ground. And let's take 3 deep breaths. Let's breathe into the nose. Fill your lungs. Feel the chest expand. And then give me a long, slow exhale. Relax your body. Sink into your mat. All right, number 2, let's breathe in through the nose. And then once again, long exhale. Feel the air as it exits your lips. All right, last deep breath together. Let's breathe in through the nose. And then really relax on this exhale. And then you resume a normal breathing pattern. And let's relax our whole body, top to bottom, starting from the crown of your head, okay, down through your whole face, to your neck. We'll move our way down to the shoulders and our arms. So through the forearms, through your wrists, hands. Maybe notice how your hands feel, whether they're resting on your knees or clasped gently in your lap. Maybe open palms facing up. It doesn't matter, just notice your hands, your arms. And we'll return to our torso, our chest expanding and contracting as we breathe. Down our spine to the lower half of our body. So let's notice our touch points against your mat, so your glutes and your feet, and then everything in between if you're sitting cross-legged like me. And working our way up our feet, to our shins and our knees, back to the quads. And let's just notice our whole body as a unit. And then I want you to just sit here and breathe. Notice how your breath feels as you just sit here, beginning to wake up. Ooh. All right, let's take one more deep breath together and hold it at the top. And when you hear the singing bowl, I want you to exhale gently and open up your eyes. So let's open up our eyes, readjust to the light. Oh, let's start with twisting clockwise or to your right. So your spine is nice and tall, but it's twisting, turning your head to the right, looking back behind you. You press your right hand to the ground. Give yourself an extra push. And as you exhale, gently unwind and then twist to the left, pressing the right hand into your left knee or left leg. Oof. And then as you breathe out, come back to center, back to the front. And then we'll get one for our side. So take your arms, reach them up, look through your hands at the ceiling. And let's start on the left. So planting the left palm on your mat. Oof. Turn your chin upwards as you reach over your body with your right arm. Right sit bone is still planted. And feel the reach all the way through your lat to your hip. Gently lift the left hand up to the ceiling and then come down on your right. So right palm is planted, left arm reaches overhead. Continue to breathe. And every time you exhale, reach a little bit further. Let's bring the right hand back up to the top. Then bring the hands back to center. Ooh. All right. Move it away from me. Let's do our cobbler pose to bring the soles of your feet together. Okay. Pull your heels in, let the knees begin to drop down to your mat. Grab your feet and pull yourself forward and feel the inner thighs. Okay, see how close you can go to your feet before you round out your back and place your hands on the ground in front of you and slide your fingertips forward or and whole body forward. Relaxing the legs, letting that inner thigh stretch get deeper. Right. Ugh. And let's do some knee drops. So you can sit back up. You can plant your feet in front of you, a little wider than shoulder distance. And then we'll drop our knees down to the mat. I'll call it out, but if you have a pace that works best for you, feel free to do so. I'm going to swivel over to my left. Ooh. Taking your time coming back to the right. I'll probably do 3 times for each side. We're starting nice and gentle. And I'm over to my left for a second time. And then over to my right. Last time for this side. Working our way back to the left. Oh, groaning as we get there. All right, let's bring the knees back up, but let's do one more twisting one. I'm a big fan of the twisting ones. So I'm gonna start with my left leg extended. You can plant your right foot on the inside or the outside part of your left knee. Doesn't matter, but turn clockwise. Okay, wrap the left arm around the right knee. Maybe notice your cat. Hello, cat. Okay, maybe you feel that in your glute too. Right one. But focus on how the spine feels. Maybe push your right hand a little bit more into the floor, get a little extra twist. And then we'll come back to the front and switch legs. So that right leg is extended, planting the left foot, and we're twisting. Saying hi to the cat once again. Oof. All right. We'll unwind and we'll get on our knees. Yeah. All right. So let's extend out. We're gonna extend the left leg, plant the left foot. And we're gonna reach our right arm over to the left. You feel the stretch, it's just like the sitting version, but adding the stretch in the right hip. You can push your right hip forward. Hopefully you feel that here as well. Ugh. But every time you breathe out, reach a little bit more to the left. You know, it's almost imperceptible, but you should feel that on the right side of your body. And then we'll straighten back up and keeping the legs where they are, come forward onto your hands. It's like a cat cow with a little bit of inner thigh stretch. So breathe in, bring your head up. And then exhale, round at the back, head down. Okay. Inhale, head up. Hopefully you feel that inner thigh still stretching this whole time. And then exhale, head back down. Oof. All right. Come to neutral spine and keeping the hands where they are. Come back on the left knee and extend out the right leg. So plant the right foot, right leg is straight. Then for this side, we'll start with the breathing cat-cow. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head back down. Oof. Okay. Inhale, head up. Hopefully that inner thigh is starting to really feel it now. Exhale, head back down. All right, and then you can bring your arms and torso up. Okay, start to push that hip forward. You can keep your right hand on your right hip or slide it down your right leg as you reach the left arm over your body to the upper right hand corner of the room. Oh. Every time you exhale, reach further. Maybe slide your right hand closer to your right foot. Oh. All right. You can straighten up your torso. Let's stand up. Ooh. All right, let's do everyone's favorite hamstring stretch. Okay, legs wide stance, toes facing forward, arms reach up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And then breathe out as we swan dive down to the mat. Okay, look through your legs. The legs are straight. And push yourself towards the back of the room. Or maybe let the weight of your upper body take over and do the stretching for you. All right, let's fold our arms and rock gently side to side. Maybe if you want to reach your hands even towards your ankles on each side, feel free to do so. Really just letting gravity do its job. Ooh. Okay, opening up the hamstring. And let's plant the right palm in the floor. Okay. Really press that right palm to the ground as we reach the left fingertips up to the ceiling. Opening up the left shoulder and your chest, turning your eyes upward. And every time you breathe out, see how far to the left you can turn, like you're trying to reach your knuckles to the left wall. And as you breathe out, bring the left arm back down to the ground. Okay, plant that left palm. Right fingertips reach up. Turn the chin and look up. And just like the left side, like you're pretending you're trying to reach your right knuckles to the right wall. Getting a couple extra degrees out of that twist. And then we'll bring that right arm back down. Ooh. Right, and then letting the upper body and arms and head dangle. We're gonna straighten up on a 10 count. So we're going one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and 10. And you bring your legs together. We're gonna do shoulders and triceps. So starting the left arm across the top of the chest. Pull. And hopefully feel this stretch go all the way through your left shoulder. Release my left and go to my right. Pulling on the right shoulder or right elbow. Let's release the right arm. Left arm goes behind your head. Pulling on the left elbow, maybe get your head out of the way. Then lean towards your right for a bonus side stretch. And then straighten up your body if you want for the side stretch option. And swap arms. Pulling on the right elbow. Leaning towards the left. All right, let's straighten back up, release the arm. Let's do a standing side stretch of feet and legs together. Look up to start and reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Let's start on the right side. So kicking out the left hip as we drop our right arm down, reaching the right fingertips to the ground. Left arm is straight and reach. Turn the chin up towards that left elbow. Let's bring the right arm back up to the top and drop the left arm down, kicking out our right hip. Ooh. And we're reaching one last time. Where we bring the left arm up to the top Then bring the hands back to our hearts, keeping our hands where they are as we transition to the lower half of our body. So find a medium width stance, toes facing out, and then keeping the head and chest up. Lower yourself down, controlled. Ugh, like a spaceship trying to touch down gently into the ocean. Ugh. Okay, maybe you're going for the bonus. Press your knees with your elbow action. That's an option. Let's hold it for a slow 5, 4, 3. See how low you can get. 2, 1. And then placing the hands on the legs, supporting yourself. Oh, maybe your legs are stiff. But face the short side of your mat. Let's do a split leg hamstring stretch. I'm going to start with my left leg in front. My heels are in line. Arms reach up for the ceiling. And then swan dive over the straight left leg. Drive the right hip towards the front ankle. Okay, left leg is straight. You should feel a nice pinch in the left hamstring. Ooh. We'll hold this one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bend that left knee and come on up. Oh, switch legs. So that right foot's in front, heels are in line, arms come back up. And we're going to swan dive forward and come down over the straight right leg. Okay, driving the left hip towards the right ankle. Ooh. And feel that right hamstring really open up. Ooh. All right, and let's bend the right knee and come on up. Take a gentle step towards the front of your mat, feet and legs together. Arms reach up to the ceiling. Look through your hands up at the ceiling. And let's swan dive forward, reaching for the toes, reaching for the ground. Come up to flat back, rest the hands, the knees. And then exhale, round at your back, reach a little bit closer to the ground, and eyes up, reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Let's do one more. Swan dive down. Up to flat back, enjoying that little stretch here. And exhale, round at your back, reach for the ground, eyes up, reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. And then exhale as we swan dive down for a third time. Elbows cracking. Up to flat back. And then round at your back. Let's plant both palms of the mat as we step back into plank. And let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Okay, come into a plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. Into our first downward dog of the day. Now we're focusing on those calves. Let's bend the left knee and drive that right heel. Really push the floor away with the arm. And switch sides. Bending the right knee, driving the left hip down, or left heel down, not hip. And switch sides. Now we're focusing on the right once again. Really push the floor away. And one more time on the left. Ooh. Remember to breathe. Okay, straighten that right leg. Let's do a sun salutation. So walk the feet towards the hands and reverse swan dive to the hands are at the top. And then exhale down. Come up to flat back. And then round out your back. Plant both palms, stepping back into plank. And let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here. And into downward dog. And then let's bring the feet and legs together and float the right leg up into the air. We're going to go one knee to nose and go knee to nose. Float that right leg back up into the air. Let's swing that right leg forward, plant it in front, and come into a low lunge. So support yourself with your right leg, fingertips barely touching the floor. And let's come to a runner's stretch. So bring the both hands to the left side of that right foot. Okay, left heel is off the mat still. You should definitely feel the stretch in the right hamstring. If you can come down, your elbows, great. If you can't, also great. Everything's great. Every option's great. Everybody's great. All right, return to the low lunge. Fingertips barely touching the floor. And then swing the body up, arms up, come to crescent pose. All right, let's bring the hands to heart center and come into a prayer twist. So press the left elbow into the right knee. Hands are stacked. Breathe, settle in. Maybe your right quad's on fire, but you can do it. All right, let's return to crescent pose. Both arms reach up. And exhale, arms come back down. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here if you're still with me. And return to down dog. Legs are straight, fingertips are spread. Let's bring both feet together and float the left leg up into the air. And go knee to nose. Return the left leg up into the air. And swing the left leg forward. Come to low lunge, supporting yourself with that left leg. And let's do our runner stretch on this side. So bring the hands to the right side of the left foot, left instep. Say hello to the left hamstring once again. And let's go return to the low lunge. And let's bring the arms and torso up into crescent pose, palms facing one another, arms are parallel. Don't let the elbows flare out. Then bring the hands to heart center and transition into prayer twist. Woo. So you watch the sun slowly come up. All right, let's release that right elbow and return to crescent pose. Really reach for the ceiling with those fingertips. And then bring the arms back down. Plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank, and then walk the feet towards the hands for sun salutation. Reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhale, round out the back, plant both palms, step back into a plank position. Let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Back to plank, push up if you like, and into downward dog. Ooh. All right, let's do our warrior sequence. So feet and legs together. We're back on the right side. So float the right leg up in the air and swing the right leg forward and plant it in front. And as your arms come up, that left heel comes down for warrior one. Settle into that warrior one. Okay, elbows aren't flared, arms are straight. And then gently twist. Your arms are front and back, palms facing the ground. Chin and eyes turned forward for warrior two. All right, let's dip back into reverse warrior, resting the left hand on the left leg, right arm reaches towards the back, and then returning to warrior two. All right, let's do our triangle pose. So reach the right arm as far forward as you can, reaching, 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 and dropping the right palm or right fingertips down to the ground. Left fingertips are reaching up to the ceiling. And we're supporting ourselves on the ground with the right hand or right fingertips or fist. Settle with your breath. And then let's pop back up into warrior two. Let's straighten up the right leg. Ooh, and let's do a straight leg twisting triangle pose. So start with your hands on your hips, turn your torso forward and reach forward with your left fingertips. And then drop the left hand down, right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Two triangle poses on one side. Oof. All right. More of a stretch than it is strength, but let's return the arms front and back for warrior two. And then exhale, rebend that right leg, returning to a standard warrior two. And then gently dip back to reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Let's swing that left arm forward up for warrior one. And as you bring your arms down, that left heel's up and off the mat, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down. Do an upward dog. Back to plank, walk the feet towards the hands. Then reverse swan dive. To the hands are at the top. Let's swan dive down. Up to flat back. And let's exhale, plant both palms, stepping back into plank, and let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Okay, back to plank, push up here, and into downward dog. And let's repeat that double triangle pose for the left side. So feet and legs together, floating the left leg up into the air, and swing it on through, plant it in front. Drop that right heel down to the mat as the arms come up for warrior one. Settle with your breath. Find the foundation. And then come into warrior two, arms front and back. Palms facing the ground. All right, let's dip back into reverse warrior. And careful not to put too much weight in that back leg. Okay, back to warrior two. And then reach forward with the left hand, reaching, reaching, reaching. And then drop the Left hand down to the ground. Right arm reaches up for triangle pose. And let's do a bonus extended triangle pose. So take that right hand and see if you can reach it towards the front of the room or towards the front. You should feel an additional stretch in your side. For just a moment, hang in there. And then return the right fingertips back up to the ceiling. And then pop back up into warrior two. Settle with the breath. And let's straighten up the left leg, a little relief for the left quad. Okay, hands to hips, rotating the torso forward because we're going to do that straight leg twisting triangle pose. So right fingertips reach forward, reaching, reaching, reaching. And we can reach no further. Drop the right hand down, left hand goes up to the ceiling. We're feeling the left hamstring once again. Ooh, all right. Let's return the arms front and back and then re-bend the left knee back to a standard warrior two. And then we're going to dip back into our reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Let's swing that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And then bring the arm and torso back down. Right heel comes off the mat. Plant both palms. Left leg returns to plank. And let's chaturanga bit down into our upward dog. Back to plank. Push up here and into downward dog. A classic. Ooh. Relax here for a couple breaths. All right. Let's go straight into chair pose. So walk those feet towards your hands. Plant both feet together. Drop your bottom down. Arms come up. And give a straight line from your glutes through your torso all the way to your fingertips. Arms are reaching. Don't let those elbows flare. Remember to breathe. In three, two, one. Straighten up your body. Okay, get off the heels. Breathe. Maybe look up to the ceiling through your hands and continue to reach those fingertips to the ceiling. And then your next out breath, gently lower your heels down, bring the hands to heart center. Let's do twisting chair pose to the left. So knees are bent, right elbow is resting on that left quad. Hands are stacked. Settling with the breath. Let's return the palms back to center and slowly straighten back up and get off the heels once again. And we're breathing, reaching. Whew. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, heels back down, hands come to heart center. And let's round it out with a twisting chair pose to the right. Okay. Very nice. Let's return back to center. And third and final time, reach up to the ceiling, back onto your toes. Okay, work those calf muscles. Reach, active reach. Don't just stand there. Work those stabilizer muscles. Ooh. In three, 2, 1. Heels return to the mat. Hands come back to center. Whew. All right, mentally prepping for tree. So let's start with the right foot. Okay, we know what's coming. Get the left foot into position, whether that's above the knee or below the knee, whatever works best for you. Add the arms as needed, whether that's at heart center, out to the sides, whatever you find what works for you. Ooh. Just refine the position. And we're still breathing, focusing on that balance. We're doing great. That'll come out in 3, 2, 1. Left foot comes out. Let's shake out that right ankle. You stretch it a little bit. And then we'll get all of our weight on that left leg. Bring the right foot into position. Ooh. And then let's reach both arms up or out to the sides or at center. Again, find what works for you. Let's hold this one for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We made it. Nice. Let's shake out that left ankle. Let's do one more balance posture. So let's do royal dancer. So balancing on that right leg and right foot. Grab the inside part of your left ankle with your left hand behind you. Balance yourself out in the front with the right arm. Okay. Really kick that left foot into the left hand. Right leg remains straight and strong. And see how far you can take it without tipping over. We'll hold it for 3, 2, 1. Control yourself. All right, I'm gonna shake out that right ankle. Woo! And let's switch sides. So now we're balancing on the left foot and left side, grabbing the right ankle, kicking out the right leg. Balancing, breathing. We're like this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, let's have a seat. Ooh, we've earned it. I've earned it. You've earned it. All right, I'm going to do table, per usual. Love me a good table. Let's prop ourselves up into a table. Feet are planted in front, palms planted underneath those shoulders. Push those hips up. Active push. Don't get complacent. Hips up like you're trying to reach your hips to touch the ceiling. Let the head drop back. Oof. Oof. We're breathing. And then as you exhale, gently bring the hips back down. Let's lie down on our backs. Getting ready for a nice bridge. Ugh. So roll on your shoulders. Push the floor away with the feet evenly. Don't let your knees bow out. And once again, push, push, push. Feel those glutes, feel those hamstrings. All right, let's take a deep breath in. And then one vertebra at a time as you slowly exhale. Okay, control the descent. About halfway down. Almost there. Nice. All right. Let's stretch out our glutes to thread the needle. So keeping the right foot planted. Oh, let's get the left ankle into position. And grab the right shin. We all know that 3 long breaths are coming. You should already feel the left glute stretch out. And every time you exhale, breathe into that glute. Let the stretch get deeper. So let's breathe in through the nose and release. Say hello to that left glute. One more time. Let's breathe in. Exhale. All right, last time for this side. Breathe in through the nose. And then long breath out. All right, let's release that right shin, plant the left foot, right ankle gets into position. We're grabbing our left shin this time, and then relax the lower half of your body. Let the right glute do its thing. Let's repeat those 3 breaths. So inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Number 2, let's inhale and then release the breath. Last time, breathing into the nose, out to the mouth. Oh my goodness. All right, we're letting go of that left leg. We're going to stand our backs for happy baby. So both legs in the air. Let's grab the outside parts of your feet, pulling in your knees in towards your underarms. You should feel the inner thighs. If not, pull a little bit harder on those feet. And then notice how your spine feels and rock gently side to side. Okay, now we're entering our spinal phase. Spinal stretch, spinal release, whatever. I have no idea what to call it. But we're massaging our spine against our mats. Ugh. Getting ready to twist it once more. So let's release the legs back down to the mat. Let's hug in our right knee. Okay. Enjoy that little stretch there. Before we pull our right knee over to the left side of our body for a nice supine twist, looking towards the right. Every time you exhale, relax your body, twist a little bit more. Oh, oh. All right, let's return the right leg back to center. Ugh. And let's hug the left knee in. All right, let's pull the left knee over to the right side of our body. Left arm extends out to the left. We're twisting our spine in the other direction. Try to touch that left knee down to the ground while you're trying to touch your left knuckles also down to the ground. All right, let's bring the left leg back over. Oh, let's sit up and do. Oh, hold on. Let's sit up. Oh, let's continue our spine section here. Oh, so we're gonna do cat cow. Roll my mat. We're on all fours, knees underneath the hips, untuck the feet, palms underneath the shoulders. Then inhale, head up. It's just like the ones we did earlier. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head up. Oh. Exhale, head back down. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round out that back. Push into the floor with the palms. Arms are straight. Okay. Exhale, or inhale, head up, excuse me. Exhale, head down. I think that's number 3. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Okay, last cycle. Inhale, head up. Ooh. Exhale, head back down. Come to a neutral spine. You rolled up your mat. Let's unravel it. We're going to do one more. We're going to do pigeon, fan favorite. So start by coming into a plank position. Okay, plant that right foot behind your left wrist. Drop both knees down. Untuck the left foot. Right shin is 90 degrees from the rest of your body. I'm going to take a nice long 45 seconds here. So continue to find that position where the stretch feels craziest for you. I think we all know what that means. Doesn't require very much. Ugh. All right. Let's plant both palms in front. Bring your torso up. Reach back behind you with your left arm. Let's pull the left heel in towards your left glute. We're adding that quad stretch. Oh my goodness. Let's do a slow 10 count for each quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Releasing the left foot down. Okay, back to a plank position. Left foot comes forward, then gets dropped down. Untuck the right foot. Okay, finding the position for the left side that feels awesome. Repeat those 45 seconds, so really take your time here. Enjoy the stretch. Hmm. You have about 20 seconds left. Every time you exhale, relax the body deeper. Let the stretch really take over. In 3, 2, 1. Plant both palms in front. Reach back behind you with that right arm. Okay, pull the right heel in. Let the right quad begin to do its thing. We'll begin to do a thing to the right quad. And we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Releasing the right foot down. Let's sit on our heels. Getting ready for that closing sequence. Knees are as wide as your mat. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come forward into child's pose. Palms and forearms resting on your mat as well as your forehead. Sink into that mat. Take a moment here to thank your body for everything it's done, everything it's going to do. Breathe gently. Okay. And then come forward and rotate onto your back into corpse pose. Ugh. Ugh. You begin to breathe more slowly, just like the beginning. Relax your whole body, arms at your side. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Sink down into your mat. Do a body scan, see how you feel. And I won't say anything for 60 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1. Now it's 60 seconds. Slowly begin to reanimate. You wiggle your fingers and toes to start. Reach the arms overhead. Point the toes at the bottom. Move your morning stretch to one side. Morning stretch to the other. And then roll on to your side and rest your head and face right on your hands. Taking a moment for ourselves. Your arm is on top, plant that palm on the floor and leading with the upper shoulder, push yourself up, turning into a sitting position back to where we started. All right. Okay, spine's nice and tall. Plug the crown of your head up towards your ceiling. Let's do 3 audible breaths. So breathe in through your nose and breathe out with some sound. two. Let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Right, last one. Let's really make it count. Breathe in through the nose, sit up a little bit taller, and breathe out with some sound. Your hands to namaste at your heart. You may repeat after me if you wish. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Lowering our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And then returning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. Or pause your watches.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We have light now.
I know.
Yay.
Oh, there will only be more.
All right. Well,
All
thank
right.
you.
Have a good week.
Thank you. You too. See you.
Ugh.
All right. Bye.